Hello there. It's time for Most Things Kenobi.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Most Things Kenobi, a podcast about Obi-Wan Kenobi and all things Star Wars. I'm your host, Leanne.
And I'm your host, Lauren.
And this week, we are going to shower Adam Driver with our love because we are talking all things Adam Driver, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo.
Yeah.
All in one. Because you can't have one without the other. And Adam Driver is a wonderful human being and a phenomenal actor. And it's high time we give him some love on this show.
Absolutely. Tall, dark, handsome, and brooding.
Very brooding. Very perfectly brooding, I would say.
Yeah.
And a weirdly similar face to Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. Like, did you ever see that, like, mashup family photo of them? Like, a meme that floats around the internet of, like, it's so weird, but it's, like, perfect.
It's so funny.
He strangely resembles them.
Yeah, they do look good as a family. It makes sense somehow.
And I have some thoughts on Kylo Ren / Ben Solo as a whole.
Yes.
That we can talk about on this show.
Care to dive in right away?
Dive in right away? Sure. I think he was the most interesting character of the sequel trilogy. I wish we had seen more of Ben Solo himself as opposed to, you know, the more twisted side, the more evil side, Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that has always bothered me about this character has nothing to do with Adam Driver because he executed that role flawlessly. Like, I can't envision anyone else doing that role.
Yeah.
But the thing that bothers me is, like, I really wanted, like, Leia and Han to have a lovely child. Not someone who honored Darth Vader so much. Like,
yeah.
I just pictured them having, like, a lovely child, you know?
Yeah. Somebody strong and funny and with sense of humor and...
Yes, who's politically savvy and kind of a hard ass, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess in the end, he was a beautiful soul for what he did, but damn. Anyway, I always had a little bit of sadness that they didn't have, like, a nicer child.
Well, it's part of that whole, like, they've suffered enough, haven't they? I mean, wasn't, like, Leia watching all of Alderaan explode? Like, wasn't that enough pain for her? But no, she has to have a little child who turns into a brat who wants to become the next Dark Lord of the Sith. So, yeah. It's like what I've said before. Like, didn't Kylo Ren see Return of the Jedi? Like, and he can turn back, bro.
You know, I always kind of wanted that scene where Anakin's Force Ghost comes and tells Kylo Ren, like, listen,
what are you
kid,
doing?
Yeah. Stop now. Learn from my mistakes. But we didn't get that. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
that would have been good.
Adam Driver is wonderful as this character in the sequel trilogy. And just about every character I've ever seen him play in movies and TV shows. And he's on stage as well, but I haven't seen him on stage.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's a really surprising actor, I think. Mm-hmm. Not surprising that he's good. That's not surprising at all. It's like his range is really incredible. Like, I was just looking at his IMDb list, and the last few movies have been so different from each other. You know, like the last Duel was that like latest Ridley Scott movie, which I couldn't bring myself to watch. Like, I really wanted to see it, but also the subject matter is very dark and very depressing. And I was never in the mood to watch it, but I really want to because I want to see his performance in it. And then House of Gucci.
I know, right?
Like, just those two roles alone are so very different. Yeah, right.
But, I mean, that kind of varied, talent.
Yeah.
His range is really, really incredible. I remember first seeing him on the show Girls, and my God, it was kind of a dark role. It was dark at times, And I just thought, like, who is this guy? He's really good. Like, I didn't know who he was, right? And, you know, he's kind of goofy looking, but kind of handsome at the same time. And there's just something about him. And he was the best one on the show, in my opinion. And, again, he just had this range where he went from almost volatile and angry and explosive, and then, like, soft, muted, apologetic. Throughout his role in the show. And it was really captivating to watch, and that's what I found myself thinking throughout the sequel trilogy is he's captivating to watch.
Yeah.
With or without his shirt on. Remember the high-waisted pants?
Of course. How could I forget?
Jesus, like
I love that Ray is like, could you please, like, do you have something you could put on?
Yeah, can you put that away, please? I love that.
Girl, please.
Yeah. Don't try.
Yeah, it's so true.
Men and women alike rejoiced.
Right. The first time in Star Wars, we finally
we get a shirtless. Well, no. Our dear Hayden with his metal arm was shirtless in Revenge of the Sith. And listen, I'm not going to let that one go. That was beautiful.
How could I forget? Yeah. That scene. Awkward, but attractive.
Very. They're all awkward, but attractive.
It's true, actually. It's all awkward.
Why is that the case?
Even Leia in the gold bikini. Awkward. Super awkward to watch. Don't enjoy that, but yeah.
So Kenobi needs to be awkward and half naked as well. That's our only plea.
Come on, Ewan, you've been training.
Seriously. The man has muscles, we know it. He has tattoos, but they can cover that up.
Yeah, there's makeup for that.
There's makeup for that.
Robert Downey Jr. has a huge shoulder tattoo that they cover up all the time in Iron Man. So
yes, and Chris Evans as well. Not to keep on the Marvel thing, but his whole chest is full of tattoos that they just constantly cover up. So
we know it's possible. So come on, possible. Disney.
Don't make excuses. Anyways, that's not what this is about. I mean, it is what it's about, but it's not what it's about.
He is very captivating, though, like right from the beginning, because, you know, everyone talks about the scene where Kylo Ren first takes off his helmet, and everyone's like, oh, well, who is that? That's not what
someone with Skywalker hair.
Yeah, right.
I mean, seriously, though.
Yeah. Well, and I particularly love the giant, like, face scar. I don't know.
Me too.
Oh, do you? Okay, because I was gonna say, is that weird of me? I think it looks very, like, handsome on him.
Well, they moved it. You know, they moved it. They had to move it.
They moved it?
Mm-hmm. It used to go, like, right down by his nose, and then they kind of shifted it off to the side a little.
I didn't realize that.
They just kind of moved it. Yeah. Shortened it a little.
The nanobots that
it was.
Moved it over,
totally. Totally. So, the face scar was a good thing. I love a good face scar on a Skywalker.
So do I.
There's themes in this episode yet again, but
yeah.
My favorite moment, at least in The Force Awakens, is when he's interrogating Poe in that chair. And kudos to Oscar Isaac, by the way, because that scene's really intense anyways, and Oscar adds to it. He's an incredible actor. By the way, for anyone who's watching Moon Knight right now, holy shit. That's all I'm going to say. Oscar Isaac has outdone himself. He's phenomenal in it.
I haven't watched it, but he's such a good actor.
He's such a good actor. Literally. Anyway. So is Adam Driver. Yeah. But, like, the intensity that Adam brings, flawlessly. He's one of those people that can do it with his face.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people can do that very well.
Yeah, and not make it campy or like overacting. Right. It's more like very sincere.
Yes.
And that's what makes him scary, but it's also what makes him relatable later. Like, especially in, like, the Rise of Skywalker when he has those moments. Honestly, even in Force Awakens, the moments with Han.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, those moments kill me. Yes. That character has so many levels.
So many. And
it's amazing.
That's what makes him interesting to me. He's literally, the more conflict a character has, the more I like them, because that is something I identify with, at least. Growth comes from conflict, or at least inner conflict that you have to face and then grow from. And we see that. I wish we would have seen more. I think the Ben Solo moments where he's on Exegol and he gets the lightsaber from Rey somehow.
Because they're a dyad, so they occupy the same space time.
So they can just
whatever.
hand each other lightsabers. It's fine. I'm here for it. Whatever. But when he goes into like full Ben Solo, almost like a Jedi mode, nothing beats it.
/ Han Solo. It's like where if Han Solo were a Jedi, that's what he would be. Because he does the like side shoot, like Han does without looking.
Yes.
Such a great moment.
He does it so well. And the thing is, that's the son that I wanted Leia and Han to have. So I guess I did kind of get it, but
like for 30 seconds.
Right. It was like the last moments of the last movie. It's whatever.
Yeah, I know. And the moment with them together in the throne room where they both light their lightsabers and they're standing there, him and Rey side by side. It's so good. And then just so fucking crushing. Like, that also only lasts a few seconds before they rip our fucking hearts out again.
Once again, Star Wars is pain, but we keep coming back for more. But it's his execution of all of it.
Yeah.
The questioning of himself that we see through all 3 films in the sequel trilogy is consistent. It's a consistent level of, he's obviously very torn. Adam performs it very well, because these movies aren't shot back to back. So like you have to continue to be that flawless, over time and maintain a level of character which his intensity just brings it like full circle. It's his intensity, and Skywalkers are supposed to be intense and messy. And yes, he's a Skywalker because he has Skywalker blood, even though he's a Solo. He's a Skywalker Solo.
Yeah.
Adam Driver went to Juilliard.
Yeah.
And his classmates described him as being so intense that he made them cry when they were like learning.
Yeah.
And this was him in his infancy, we'll say, in his career. And it's like, he hasn't lost any of that.
Yeah. I was just listening to something right before this. I was listening to his TED Talk, which is really fascinating.
Oh,
Yeah. So if anybody isn't aware, he did a TED Talk, and I highly recommend listening to it because it's all about his military experience. But then after he was medically separated from the military for dislocating his sternum, of all things, I don't even know how.
In a mountain bike accident.
Yeah. How is that even possible?
So he's even intense when he's riding a bike. He doesn't do anything without intensity.
But he said, like, when he went to Juilliard, that like, he was still in, like, military mental mode, and it was really hard for him to shift into the acting class because he had this idea that, like, his, like, civilian problems weren't valid, compared to like military problems. And it was like this shift he was experiencing. And so that's part of why like he was so intense in class, because he was learning to, he even said that he was learning to put words to feelings for like the first time in his life. Because in the military, you don't express yourself.
Right.
And you're not supposed to, like to a certain extent. And so it was like a very intense period of growth in his life at Juilliard, which makes sense. And like, it doesn't surprise me at all that he's a Juilliard graduate.
Yeah.
His skill level is insane.
Yeah. The excellency he brings, and like we said, the range that he has is definitely one of a Juilliard graduate for sure.
Yeah. To be able to play a character that is intense and frightening and intimidating, and also play vulnerable and all in the same character even, is very impressive. And to be completely believable in every aspect of it, especially in something that's like a sci-fi space drama, to be real, like very realistic, very relatable in something that is like a fantasy. I think that really speaks volumes of the kind of caliber actor he is.
I think in The Last Jedi, when they are on Crate and they're in the AT-ATs or AT-ATs, depending on who you are.
Mm-hmm.
They're AT-ATs to me. And they're facing Luke, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Luke's the prism or force
Projection,
whatever it is.
yeah.
And he screams, like, and he's shouting, he's so angry. I would have been so fucking afraid to be next to him, because that's all very real.
Yeah.
Not that he was angry at, Mark Hamill for anything, but that screaming was legit. I mean, he's putting it all into that role. And
Yeah.
I would have been one of those one of those classmates at Juilliard who probably just would have started crying because of the overwhelming.
Yeah, it's
sense
too
of,
much.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this one, and he's really good,
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Oh, shit, he made us cry with Han Solo at the end of, towards the end of The Rise of Skywalker. That was a lot.
That was very intense. Yeah. That, and even the end of the movie where, like, when he and Rey kiss and then he gives her that look, like that smile.
It's the first time he's happy or something. It's really sad. It's terrible.
Fucking painful. Because the smile is so hopeful.
And like wholesome and freeing.
Yeah.
He's free of whatever weight.
He looks free.
And then he's just taken from us like everybody else.
Yeah. That I still am so disappointed that they decided to kill the character off.
I mean, man, I am too. Because damn, he could have had a damn good redemption arc, like a whole ass arc with Rey.
Seriously. He's redeemed.
A brand new school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your uncle a solid and build a new school that, to replace the one
that
you burnt down.
Burnt to the ground. Yeah. And, like, Rey deserved a companion as well. Because she was the loner, the soul.
Always left alone.
Yeah. And, like, okay, you can make the argument that she's like Luke and she's like Ahsoka, where they're, like, lone wolves. Mm-hmm. But, like, she was always that way, just like Luke was. It's very heartbreaking, right?
It is.
Like, it wouldn't be so terrible that she would have a companion or a partner to, like, carry on her dyad. She's, like, incomplete now.
Yeah.
Because Ben Solo and Rey were complete when they were together because they were dyad. Now she's, like, always going to be missing part of herself. It's just very depressing.
It's very depressing. I kind of love it. I hate it, and I love it.
Yeah.
We go over this every week, basically. But she does have Finn, and a lot of people want to see Finn as a Jedi or a Jedi in training to join Rey. Mm-hmm. And I am here for that, 110%.
Same.
I feel like his character, if we're talking about characters and character arcs and things, had the most potential in The Force Awakens. And unfortunately, it never got to a point where his character got to be fulfilled, I guess.
He ended up doing nothing almost.
He had and this is not John Boyega, who is fucking amazing.
Oh my God, he's awesome.
Has nothing to do with it. We're talking about writing. We're talking about storytelling here.
Well, and I think he feels that way as well.
He absolutely does.
Yeah.
And I think that if they have any sequel trilogy related TV shows or
anything,
he deserves to have a lightsaber in his hand and to become a Jedi alongside Rey. It's not easy to go from being a stormtrooper and defying all of that bullshit, turning around and serving the Resistance.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He deserves some independence, I would say.
Yes. And a best friend, because he was alone as well. They were all loners.
Well, yeah, that's really true.
Poe's parents died, and he was basically raised on the base. And Finn was taken from his family and thrown into the First Order.
The First Order, yeah.
He didn't even want to do it, and he defected. And Rey was just left over and over and over again.
Yeah, just abandoned forever.
3 lost souls that found each other, which I think is beautiful. It's a beautiful story. It's just like Han, Leia, and Luke.
Yeah, it's found family, right? Can we just talk about Adam Driver's sense of humor for a minute?
Please. You mean Matt, the radar repairman or whatever it is from fucking SNL?
Oh my God.
Brilliant.
He is so funny and just so good at not just performing comedy, but also like making fun of himself, like laughing at himself.
Totally. Totally. He has like a deadpan appearance to his humor,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is even better because of, I don't know, that's another side of his intensity, is like his humor is even like that. He's great. He's great. And that SNL skit, he's been on SNL 3 times.
He's honestly, his SNL performances are some of my favorite episodes of SNL.
Yeah, because there's not much to go off of there anymore. But he has brought a little sparkle to Saturday Night Live.
I think have I sent you the skit where he's the like elementary school science teacher and he's trying to teach two little kids an experiment and he just like loses his shit. It's like a public television show. I
feel like I have seen this, but I may
he ends up like throwing a stapler across the stage. It's so funny and I relate like to it. Oh my God, I was gonna say I relate to it on so many levels.
It's General Grievous in us.
Yeah. And he's also in that Jim Jarmusch film, the zombie movie. Mm-hmm. And he's so like deadpan in that as well. And he's just like, yeah, I think it's zombies. I'm thinking zombies. I'm really like, he's so perfect for it.
He was also with Oscar Isaac in another film.
Oh, yeah.
Inside Llewyn Davis, which is an excellent... I mean, Oscar Isaac, my God. Yeah. We'll do an episode on him because...
Oh, absolutely.
His range as well is... All of these people are fantastic.
He's worked, honestly, with some, like, crazy good directors, too. Like, that film is a Coen Brothers movie.
Yes, and it was a Academy Award nominated film.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a small role, but... It's a goofy role. He's literally singing a song with Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yes. It's so weird. It's very
so weird.
Is it the 60s or the 70s in that movie?
No,
I can't remember.
I can't remember actually. It's one of them.
Oh my God.
Did you know that Adam Driver beat out Michael Fassbender for the role of Kylo Ren?
I'm sorry, I'm losing my shit. What?
Yeah, right?
Michael
seems
Fassbender?
Weird.
That's weird to me.
If you look at pictures of Michael Fassbender and you look at pictures of Adam Driver, do you not get a weird, like, that's a no for me on the Michael Fassbender? He doesn't have the look. Or is it because...
No,
we've seen Adam Driver as Ben Solo.
Maybe.
And we're used to him. And now... But, like... Michael Fassbender, number one, doesn't really resemble his fictional parents.
He's too old.
He's also kind of too old.
Yeah.
And number 3, he's like too
X-Men?
Thank you. Like, I don't know. It's a no. It's just no.
It doesn't make sense. It's the wrong level of... Like, he's a great actor. I have a lot of respect for him. But him in Star Wars makes no sense at all.
I don't see it. I don't... One of the articles I read, though, says that he was the second choice.
How interesting. I just read that there was a rumor that he lost out the role of Dick Grayson to Jesse Eisenberg or something like that in the Batman versus Superman.
Who lost out?
Adam Driver.
Really?
Apparently was like in the running to play Dick Grayson. I was like, first of all, yes, please.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you feel about that as a Dick Grayson lover?
He's actually wrong, very much so, for the part, but I don't care.
You're fine with it. You allow it.
Well, because Dick Grayson is boyish, and Adam Driver is not boyish. He is like deep, brooding, and manly with a very deep voice, and Dick Grayson is never that. But I don't care, and I want him to show me that he can play the part. I'm all for it.
If he shaves and cuts his hair, he could look like a child. I mean, not child. What am I saying? He could look younger than he is. Boyish.
Yeah. Apparently, he's into the idea, so let's do that. Like, I definitely would pick Adam Driver over Jesse Eisenberg for the role any day of the week, but
let's talk about Logan Lucky that Adam Driver's in, because a lot of people like this movie. I, however, couldn't get more than 20 minutes into it before I had to turn it off. I thought it was that bad. I didn't even get to Adam Driver in the movie.
Oh, he's the best part.
I know, and everyone told me that. And I just couldn't deal with the first 20 to 30 minutes to even get to him.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it. I'm sorry, Adam.
It's very, he is the best part because he's very deadpan in it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's great. He's funny.
Yes.
And I think I think the character's like missing an arm and like he just,
yes.
It's all very like, he's very funny in it, but I can, the rest of it I'm okay without it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough for me to get through. I apologize to anyone who loves the movie or enjoyed it. I couldn't make it. If you can't get to me in the first, half hour, it's a no-go.
Yeah. Did you watch Marriage Story?
I didn't.
I couldn't bring myself to watch it.
It's got to be good.
I heard it was amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hands down, has to be good. He's good in it.
Yeah.
I'm in a state in my life where I cannot bring myself to watch anything depressing.
Yeah.
Everything is too depressing as it is.
Everything you come away feeling like kind of hopeless.
Yeah.
I've heard it's very like realistic and I just don't like need to see a relationship dissolving. Like I watched Her and that was enough, back in the day. Enough. Oh my God. I was like, I never need to see that movie ever again. It was so depressing to me. Did you watch Black Klansman? I really wanted to see that, but I never saw it. And that one, I've heard he got an Academy Award nomination for that one, I think.
Is that the one?
I think that's one of them.
He deserves an Academy Award nomination.
Yeah, I think he's been nominated twice, and I think that was one of them. He's such a good actor. God damn.
He really is. I mean, and that's why we're here. We're here because I don't think the role of Kylo Ren or Ben Solo, whatever you want to call him, could have gone to anyone else. Now seeing the range that Adam gave to the character. And he made us care. He made us fucking care. And that's really important because we don't care about a lot of it right now. There's very few things we care about in the sequel trilogy. There are things we do care about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we don't.
Yeah, we could take or leave quite a bit of it. But he is the best, one of the best parts of it.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed his performance and like his chemistry with Daisy Ridley, whether or not you're a Reylo shipper, just even their performances next to each other was very captivating.
They did complement one another very well.
Mm-hmm.
And their fighting style too. They trained together and did a lot of fighting together. And I think, Daisy Ridley's a badass. I mean, she is built. Yeah. She is.
She's a hard-working actress, yeah.
And she's beautiful.
And just a beautiful spirit. She is so funny and always smiling. And
yes, and we need more of those.
We need to do an episode about her.
We will. Yeah. All these people. We have so many people to go through. It's really hard to choose who we talk about. Well, we just go with whatever we're feeling. And we felt like Adam Driver today. So that's why we're talking about him.
It was time.
Yeah. We were just admiring him from afar.
Oh, just if we're talking about what he looks like, also in the throne room from The Last Jedi, he gives me major like early 1990s Trent Reznor vibes.
You would know, yes.
I like that.
Yeah. You know what I also like about the throne room? Is when he does that little finger move and brings the lightsaber, cuts it through Snoke.
I enjoyed that scene. I know
that was fantastic.
Yes, those red guards or whatever, literally doing nothing. But no, doesn't matter. Like the whole spinny, it's like all for show. But I don't care because watching him and Rey fight together is super fun.
Yes, all of that. There was a lot of longing stares into each other's eyes.
Well, and like clearly they're like in sync, right? They've never fought side by side, but they're still like, yeah, it's great. I love it.
It is good. But that subtle little movement with his finger to like,
because he can't give give himself away. Yeah.
It's very good. It was very good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's the little shit I like about Star Wars.
Yeah, it's good shit.
You won't hear me say much about The Last Jedi, so
Yeah.
I think everything I liked about that movie was in that scene. So
pretty much, yeah.
until they broke Anakin's lightsaber, then I have real fucking problems with that. But it's fine. It's whatever.
We can go into that on
Another time.
Yeah.
But bottom line, we love you, Adam Driver. Turning it over to you guys and gals. What is your favorite Adam Driver performance other than his role as Kylo Ren and Ben Solo in Star Wars? Tell us. We'd love to know.
Okay, join us back here next week. We're going to talk about an Obi-Wan Kenobi fan film. A couple of years ago, about 2 years ago, Jamie Costa put out a Star Wars fan film called Kenobi, and it takes place in the desert on Tatooine, and it's actually really, really beautiful. And it stars James Arnold Taylor. He has a small part in it. So we're going to watch it and then have a discussion about it next week.
Yes, we're getting hyped. We're getting hyped. Slowly but surely, we're getting hyped for the actual Kenobi series. Little by little, it's coming.
Yeah, any little taste we can get, we'll jump right on that.
Last week, we went over Lauren and I's top 5 wants, needs, and desires, if you will, for the upcoming Kenobi series on Disney+. And we got a really amazing comment on Twitter from a follower and supporter named Jedi Master Adam. He says, "Oh yay, I was thinking about making a TikTok about this too," meaning the Kenobi top 5 things we want to see. He goes on to say, "I love your episodes where I am cheering and talking to you both as if you are friends who can hear me. This is definitely going to be one of those." He then said, "Real talk, every time I listen to your show, I wish I could chat along. I love your banter." Listen, Jedi Master Adam, this is, as we told you on Twitter, the reason why we do this podcast. It is so cool to connect with people like yourself and all the amazing people we've connected with through this humble little podcast. So thank you so much for dropping us a note on Twitter. It made our days, and it made this episode's podcast.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Most Things Kenobi podcast. Remember to follow us on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast player. And don't forget to rate us over on Spotify and Apple if you wouldn't mind. Plus, you can always find us over at mostthingsKenobi.com.
So until next time, my space twin, may the Force be with you.
Always.